Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 6 of the Gospel according to Child Protection. How are you doing today? So, we'll be talking about the voice of a child. We've been talking about who a child is and several components of a child. And as always, we start with a quote. Your child will become who you are. So, be who you want them to be. Let me say that again. Your child will become who you are. So be who you want them to be. That's by David Bow. Children are great imitators of anything around their environment. So if you give them something to imitate, they will imitate it. So who are you around your child? Who are you around your child? One of the most dangerous things that we can do to a child is when the child lives with the perception of them not being heard or nobody listens to me. I know several adults that I've had to deal with who have lost their voice because growing up as a child, they weren't listened to. Every time they spoke, they were told to keep quiet. And so when I say they've lost their voice, they can talk, but they're just not vocal anymore. They don't think they have it in them to explain or express themselves. Now, this happened when they were children, that we always say everything rises and falls on childhood. So when your children come to you, you want to listen to them and not just dismiss them. Children may not have the vocabulary to explain pain, emotions, distress, frustration. They might not have it, but sometimes their voice might come out as silence, anger, avoiding certain things, or saying, I don't want to go there. I don't want this. I don't want that. And if you know your child or the children you're dealing with, when they begin to talk like that, you want to hear what they're saying beyond what they're telling you. So you want to check their mannerism, their behavior. Why is my child saying what they're saying? And every time you dismiss children because of their age, and you say things like, come on, you're being too dramatic. What is that? You're too young, or that's so rude. You're shutting up the child's voice. You're indirectly saying what you're saying doesn't make sense. And every time you do that to a child, in their head, they've registered something. If I go back to mommy, if I go back to daddy, I'll be dismissed, so there's no point. And so they navigate their pain by themselves. They navigate life by themselves. So then you're wondering, my son doesn't tell me anything, my daughter doesn't tell me anything. But every time they come to you, you dismiss them. You tell them to shush. You don't want to hear what they have to say. So, or you say to them that they're imagining things. I know that children are full of curiosity. They can cook up stories from their imagination and all of that. But when a child tells you something, you want to pay close attention and not dismiss them and say, you're imagining things. No. Most times your children are telling you the truth. The good book I read tells us how children came to Jesus and he welcomed them. He didn't tell them to go away. It means that the way we treat children as a people not only reflects on our society, but it reflects on our spirituality. Why are you shushing the child? Why don't you think that the child is coming with an important information that will help you? Right? As adults, we should learn to listen to children, not just listen to them, but listen to their behavior when they're speaking. I'll tell you the story of a little girl who told her mom that she didn't want to go somewhere. They went to this, it was a neighbor's place who happens to be like a distant family friend or family member. And it was a Saturday, they were meant to go out. And suddenly this little girl said, I don't want to go there. The mom asked why. Mommy, I don't want to go there. And it turned out that she started crying or throwing tantrums. Mommy, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. And the mom said, what is wrong with you? Why don't you want to go there? I mean, they had planned to go there prior to the time they were going out. And she was crying, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. The mother said, you're throwing tantrums. I don't like it. You are being rude. You are being silly. What is wrong with you? And she went. Of course, they still went out. Excuse me. They still went out, and the child was acting out of character. It took the family friend's wife to call the girl's mother to say, what is wrong with her? This is not her usual self. She's acting out of character. And the mother again dismissed it and said, she said she didn't want to come. It's just, you know how children can be. She's just in that, I mean, she can't stop me from what I want to do. You know how children can be. She went on and on. And when they were going, she could see that most of the time when the neighbor's husband wanted to try to touch her on her shoulder or hug her, she withdrew. The wife caught it. Her mother still didn't catch it. She withdrew most of the time. And so when they were leaving, the wife of the neighbor said to the woman, you need to sit your daughter down and ask her what is wrong with her. It took this woman 3 months to realize that this neighbor was abusing her child. 3 months from mommy, I don't want to go. 3 months. How did she know? The child started acting funny. I don't want this uncle to pick us from school anymore. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do this. You know, the children might really not have the words, but please don't dismiss them. Learn to listen to them. Many adults were raised in environments where they lost their voice, where they couldn't speak, and the culture of silence was trendy. It became a thing. You don't want to raise your child in that kind of situation. You don't want to be that kind of parent. Another example is, in the Bible, Samuel heard the voice of God before the elder who was in the house. It means that children can discern. It means that children have a sense of danger. Children have wisdom. It might not be the way you see it, they have wisdom. So you don't want to dismiss a child. You don't want the child to grow up feeling like whatever I say doesn't make sense, so nobody would listen to me. I'll leave us with this charge. Do not ignore the voice of a child. A child's silence can be hidden in pain, fear, or danger. Let us learn to become a society or people who listen carefully, protect, and intentionally respond wisely to children. Now, when your child comes to tell you something and you can't take it because you can't regulate your emotion, be calm. Listen carefully. Take their words seriously. Observe the patterns and the changes. Listen to the tone of their voice. Don't mock them. And again, please don't panic so the child does not shut up. Listen carefully. Don't try to force out details out of them immediately. Listen and reassure them that you are with them and you believe and you trust them. Remember, childhood should be preserved. Everything rises and falls on childhood. Every child is your child. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 7.